you guys, and welcome back to Toxic Tay with your favorite homegirl, the Taylor Made. It is Wind Down Wednesday, and today we have a very special guest. I know y'all see the difference. It ain't my cousin this Wednesday. It is Keiz Ali. Shout out to him. Thank him so much for coming on. And before we get started, I just said his name, but I'm gonna let him go ahead and introduce himself to us and tell us a little bit about himself, because y'all know me, but y'all know the script. Y'all don't know him.
What's up, everybody? My name is Keiz Ali, at Keiz Ali SC on all social media. My friends call me like a master curator. Pretty much, if I find an idea, I get the people involved and I get the job done. So I've done podcasting with a couple of my buddies. Just Another Week podcast. That's on all streaming, all podcast platforms. Also have Ali and Smoke Show that's on YouTube. That's just me and my buddy Nico Smoke just doing shit. Long story short, every Thursday night we go live with Mr. Avery Brown. He does movie and TV reviews, so we kick it with him and we talk about Bel Air. It's not serious at all. So if you watch Bel Air, you watch the show, you watch us every Thursday night at 8. And yeah, man, I just do a lot of cool shit. That's the way I put it. I do a lot of cool shit.
Yeah, he does. He does a lot of cool shit. True content curator. Like, yeah, that's great. So you guys, alrighty, this is a Wind Down Wednesday. It's a new segment that I'm adding, so y'all bear with me. Y'all know how I am when I start doing new stuff. We finna test it out here, and Keiz, he's been the guinea pig for this episode.
Oh yeah, let's do it.
This segment right here is gonna be called Unpopular Opinion, and what we're gonna do is share our current unpopular opinion. Now, it could be an unpopular opinion on anything. It could be about life, finances, social media trends right now, social standards, social norms, anything that you just think is, this low key could have me under the knife for feeling this way. We're going to talk about it on Talks with Tate, because you know what we all about. Me and you, everybody a superstar on here. We value all opinions. So,
Oh yeah.
You know, Southern hospitality rules. I'm going to go ahead and let Keiz go first, and then I'll share with y'all my unpopular opinion.
I think my unpopular opinion this week is going to, do you watch Snowfall?
Okay, so yes, but I've been slacking. I haven't watched all of season 3 or the new season 4.
My unpopular opinion is not going to be a spoiler. I think this is like for every season. Louis is the real villain of the show.
I can see that.
That's how I feel about it. Like, she's the real villain.
Yeah, I can feel that. I feel that. Twitter been dropping hints that she ain't all of what she cut out to be.
She ain't shit. You can say it. She ain't
shit.
I
mean, listen. I started out liking Louis. I ain't gonna lie. I kind of liked her, like when Uncle Jerome called her and she came to that. I was just like, you know what I'm saying? Like, she had
You'll see, man. She's the real villain.
As it progressed, I was like, she getting a little.
She ain't it, man. She ain't it. Jerome deserved better.
I feel like she about to eat the apple, and you know, Twitter already let me know she ate the apple. But yeah,
man, she ain't shit.
I can't really come to her defense right now because again, I fell off a little bit, but I'm gonna let that one ride.
When you finish it up, I'm gonna watch you on Twitter, and you gonna be like, man, she ain't shit. You gonna tweet it. She ain't shit.
She ain't shit.
But yeah, that's my unpopular opinion for this week.
Okay, let's see. My unpopular opinion for this week. I don't really know if this is technically unpopular, but I feel like not too many people always say it like this. But I really feel like, you know, this is like, I felt this way for a while, but I feel like social media is bullshit. Yeah. But I feel like when we look at why the world is so crazy, I blame it on social media now. Like, yeah, we can sit and we can talk about, you know, traumas and mental health. Of course, I have a platform that talks about those things. But I think when we get at the corner root of it, just the stronghold social media now has on like our communities, more specifically on the up-and-coming kids, like TikTok and stuff, just the access to the outside world that they have now. I really blame the world's madness. I really blame people's piss poor mental health. I blame the reason that people living above their means. I really blame inflation. I blame it all on social media right now. So
I gotta ride with you. I think I gotta ride with you on that because it's good. Social media does good. It's good there, but I guess social media always shows that social media is bad. So I get what you're saying.
Yeah, and I mean, there as somebody that has a social media platform, I use it. I'm a content creator myself. I definitely clearly see the good in it and know where it could go. But overall, I feel like it ain't enough of us. Like, you know, we need more platforms such as myself and you, you know, pushing things and, you know, let people know it's okay to do you and be multifaceted and stuff. Like, you ain't got to, you know, live life with a Beamer in a 3-story condo, you know,
Nah, you don't
together.
have to have that to be happy.
Like,
It
ain't
does it does construe happiness. Like people think happiness is what they like on Instagram, well, happiness is like internal. So I
yeah,
get you on that, yeah.
for sure, for sure. Thank you, thank you. Come on now, Toxic Tay. Like, look, yeah, perfect guess, y'all. Like, you know, you already tell us a little bit about us. We already hit on it a little bit. You know, both of us are content creators. Can you tell us a little bit about, you know, content creating and what's that's like for you? How you got into it? What all that you do? Y'all, he do a lot. I'm not even gonna hold
Yeah.
you. He was reading me his rights earlier, and yeah, but boy, he got receipt book low. Like, it's
Yeah,
that.
man. I have fun. When it started with content creating, I started with podcasting
Mhm.
on Just Another Week podcast. And that's what me, Shyland Flowers, Jay Carter, and my best friend T Mike. And the thing is, like, we brought T Mike in on some like he popped up every 25 episodes because he really not into it. But
Yeah.
when he be on the show, like people really enjoy like his side of shit. And like he's the coolest guy in the world to me because my best friend. But anyway, I started with that, and my cousin Carter, he called me. And he was like, "Hey man, I know you're a fan of Joe Button. Do you see Joe Button has a podcast?" And
Yeah.
this was like episode 1, episode 2 of Joe Button. I was like, "Hell yeah, this is cool." He's like, "Man, let's do that shit. Let's just sit down and all the shit we be texting about. Let's just talk about it on the mic."
Yeah.
And we started that, and like I said, I think it went like 125 episodes strong.
Yeah.
We had like different segments. We had different series where we broke down like the 7 deadly sins.
Mhm.
We had different segments where we brought in different fashion designers in the area and talked about their clothes, how they got started. So we just kept throwing shit into Just
Yeah.
Another Week.
Yeah. Well versed.
Yeah, and so that spiraled into jumping on video because everybody had video podcasts. So we started with the video, and with the video, man, that took me into a lane of like shooting music videos.
Mhm.
Right now, I'm really heavy into. I'm actually doing a documentary that I'm working on right now. Like it's all the recording is done. I'm in that stage of sitting behind a computer for hours and editing. So I'm working on a documentary about Southern wrestling. I'm a huge wrestling fan, so I follow an independent wrestler. He's actually a champion in the Southern promotion here in South Carolina. So I followed him for a while, putting that documentary together, and I really got into just like the short form of documentaries, which is
Mhm.
vlogs.
Yeah.
So there's a radio station called the Come Up Radio Station in upstate South Carolina. I'm on staff with them, so I go over there once or twice a month, and I basically give a behind the scenes view of their interviews. So we have that out. I follow artists around. I recently did something with a rocker. I call him a rocker. Keep My Secrets. He started here in Greenville, and now he's on like this world tour, like literally.
Mhm.
He had like 30 dates here. He has like 15, 20 dates in the UK. And he's a white guy who slipped up and said the word nigga on Snapchat. Yeah, man.
Oh,
So people really started to hate him, and
this day and age.
it's weird. It's crazy because he's a good person per se, and the people that was around him allowed him to talk like that. And
Mm,
it simply was like the camera came on, and
yeah.
it was just like, oh, everybody around him was cool with it, but now everybody can see him saying it. So, people turned their back on him. But in that people turning his back, he just got better. And like I said, he started right here doing shows, like little small shows, and now he's doing like 30 city US. I think he did LA a couple weeks ago, and he's literally moving around. So he came back home and did a show in Spartanburg at Ground Zero. So I was able to follow him, and we did like a whole behind the scene vlog of his time and his experience back home. That was really cool. We have an artist here in Greenville called named Burrell, soul
Mhm.
artist, man, and he did the NCAA Sweet 16. He was doing the national anthem for that, so I
Oh, you
followed
gotta
him.
socials. You gotta share socials with me. You
Oh
know,
yeah, I will. I
yeah.
am Burrell. I am Burrell is a social handles amazing soul artist, man. But follow him to sing the national anthem. That's just what I'm into right now. Just documenting life, my life, and
Mhm.
other people's life. Taking people who look amazing and make them look a little bit better is what I've been calling it. So that's really what I'm into right now. Yeah, sorry, I know I'm long winded, but yeah,
Oh,
that's
no,
me.
no, I love it. I love it all. You said amazing things, which
Yeah.
goes so more so why you're a guest here on Toxic Tay. A lot that you're bringing to the platform and talking about. You said a lot of great things.
Mhm.
So with all that you're doing, as a content creator myself, you said a lot of avenues that I want to get into myself. Want to kind of branch into documentary or into vlogging, and I'm learning right now the difficulty of work-life balance, life-life balance, just getting into all of that and what that really looks like. Because I don't think what people really see on the outside is content creating really is not just put the camera up and recording your life. While yes, it is in the sense of just when you're telling the people get started, like just do it. You gotta just put it up and just do it, in the sense of, the background of it, like getting the equipment, not even just getting the equipment, finding the time, creating the content, coming up with the concepts. Cause like pointed out, you started with podcasting, but as time progressed, you just have gotten into so many other things. How do we really find the time to do all these things? Like, I don't have much for people other than, really focusing on yourself and prioritizing your time. But
Yeah.
being, you're pretty seasoned in the game, how are you finding the time to do all
Yeah,
this?
man. I do, but I don't.
Mhm.
I think that when I started, it was like I'm doing this for me time.
Yeah.
Like, of course, I have a family, that I help take care of. My older, my elders, my aunts, my uncles, my mom, my dad, my kids. So it's like I have a life, and then I have a career where
Yeah.
like it's not just a 9 to 5. Like I'm on call all day, all the time, type thing. So I have a career, I have my family, and I was telling myself this is me time. Like I'm
Yeah.
doing podcasting. I'm
Mhm.
going to record this for me time. But then after a while, it became like another part of the hustle. It turned from like a hobby to a hustle is the
Mhm.
best way I can explain it. Where all of the content, well, at the beginning, it was all free. Like it was like you said, you start off and you just doing whatever. But as I wanted to find myself and find my character per se, or my persona
Yeah.
for the camera, it started to cost. And
Mhm.
those, you start making investments into yourself. Like you got this dope ass sign. I said it before we started. You got a dope ass sign behind you. You start like investing in yourself. So then you have to say, okay, I have to make money off this too, because you're taking money from the family by working the 9 to 5 to fund this. So you know what I mean? It really was like a getaway when everything was like free and ha ha. But now, I don't really think I have, I guess, work life balance or work content creator balance,
Yeah.
because now my content creating comes with a price tag. Like if I
Yeah.
do an interview, for example, if I go out and do a vlog or a doc, I'm getting paid for those things. So
Yeah.
it's like it's kind of like a job too. I have fun with it, but I
Mm.
guess the hard problem that's like not the me time is when you have to sit down and you have to edit everything back. And like you might make a mistake and you're like, shit, I can't use that. That was a great piece, but I cussed or I said something wild
Right.
and
No,
the
for
wind
sure.
blew. So
Definitely.
so
Definitely.
that part makes it not like me time. That part makes it like, I guess, work time. So
Yeah.
I don't have a clear answer. I guess once, like I said, once the content creating turned from a hobby to a hustle, it became a job. So
Yeah.
I don't really have an answer per se. But I agree with you. Prioritizing, I try my best to prioritize.
Yeah.
What my one recent thing that I'm doing is I'm on break now per se.
Mhm.
Like I put out a lot of content these last couple of weeks, last couple of
Yeah.
months, and I've recorded a lot of content while putting that stuff out. So
Yeah.
now I guess now it's just like my break time where I'm gonna
Yeah.
take like next 60 days to edit all of the content that I've been recording,
Yeah.
and then I'm not gonna really do a lot of stuff. And
Mhm.
then in the summertime or late fall, then I'll pop back out and all of my stuff is already done. So I guess that's how I kind of balance it off. Is like now I have to cut these 30-day, 60-day time periods out to say I'm just going to work on content that I already recorded. And I
Mhm.
can do it at my own pace. It's not really like a deadline per se. I'm not working with a client. It's all stuff that I wanted to do when I had fun recording it. Now I'm going to have fun editing
Yeah.
the content. So yeah,
Damn, that's inspiring. I'm trying to get where you at. I'm not even holding you. Like,
man, it really ain't that far off, man.
I know.
You just gotta find yourself, and once you find yourself and know what you want to do,
Yeah.
then it's just like it's go time. Because I did a lot of stuff with music. I've managed artists and had concerts and went through the whole rollouts of projects. Fun, music is fun, but I
Mhm.
don't make music. It was like working for someone type
Yeah.
thing.
No, I definitely feel
Now
that.
it's just like I'm doing what I want to do. Let's do it. It's fun now.
Yeah, no, definitely. I feel that, but I feel like I'm at this like opposition where I'm poor with both of my passions right now because I feel like I want to aspire to be a full-time content creator, and I want to be at the point where it's not feeling like I want the hobby to become a hustle, and not that I'm like gonna lose the love that I have for it. But at that same time, in my professional career at the moment, I also have a passion for what I'm doing. So it's like being like almost, I ain't gonna say at my max of both, but just that my cup is filled with both, and I'm really giving myself, as best I can to both right now. Is kind of for me trying to find that balance. So to hear you say, just how you are evolving and what you're doing and how it doesn't, feel like a takeaway for your life, and the fact that you don't have a clear answer is actually, the best answer that you could give on toxic take, because that's what we're all about, going deep and finding yourself.
Oh
Because
yeah.
like you said, it's all about knowing yourself. And I just don't think people really understand how much purpose and just knowing you is so critical to the hustle, to the drive. And whether that's, content creating, being an entrepreneur, even if it's your 9 to 5, going to the military, it could be a plethora of things. We got all these, fashion designers and stuff, these artists and stuff now, whatever, pursuit you have in life, just, really going within and figuring out your why, your purpose and stuff, what's really driving you. I think, that gets into my point and why I said social media is bullshit. Because if it is not given in the right way, if we're not having conversations like this, people aren't, talking about these things, showing like, you can love what you do and stuff and whatnot. You can put a price tag and stuff on the things that you love, and, do it without it having to become stress. Like, you get things like people getting caught up, now we got to talk about things like depression and stuff and
Yeah.
anxiety and whatnot.
But you control what you see on the internet. Like, I get that stance on like, oh man, everything's so down and out. Stop clicking on it. Like,
Well,
when you stop clicking on it, you stop seeing it. When you stop following it, you stop seeing it. I don't follow Shade Room. I don't follow any of those like hip hop type blogs. So when wild weird shit happen, people have to come tell me, and it's my choice to like click that link or not. Because like with TikTok, for example, like I'm not on TikTok, but I have an account.
yeah,
And like when people send me bullshit that's
yeah.
TikTok, I'm not clicking it, because once you click it on TikTok, it becomes part of your everyday cycle. So like, nah, you can keep bullshit out of your life.
No, I agree. I would agree with you at like I give you like 75%, because what
Okay.
I would say I'm somebody that have, I was just talking to my homegirl earlier about how, I hate it for the kids nowadays, because we actually got to grow up in community. We were outside. We know what it's like, to live life. It was not growing up, going and playing with your friends. You weren't, stuck to the computer screen. But while,
Mhm.
I'm right here in this transition, I consider myself a young millennial, because my upbringing don't reflect what the Gen Z kids be on nowadays. Like, I got common sense and morals and values. My mama,
Gotcha.
my mama beat me, and then nobody say, "Oh, child abuse." Like,
Yeah, yeah. I get you. I
you know,
get you. You grew
so
up right there on the
you know,
cusp of
you
it,
know, I
man.
do right there on the cusp of it. So I throw myself in there with the millennials, and so it's like, looking at things nowadays, I'm just really like taking it all in, for what it is. I kind of lost my point a little bit where I was going. But yeah, I'm taking it all in as how it's affecting me, and with my content creating and really finding my balance and stuff in life and my purpose. That's what I was saying about social media bullshit. And it's like, because I don't feel like you can really 100% control what you see. You can only control how much of it you consume. And so
Okay.
it's like, while, yeah, I can't say things. Like, I personally unfollow the shade room, because it's like, when we sit and we talk about, like how earlier you was making the point, things not wanting to talk about it, you didn't want to talk about it and stuff on here. I really understand that, because I don't want to talk about those things, not from the perspective that we talk about them now. What it is, bullshit, just trying to get that clickbait and stuff, that negativity
Yeah.
going, because we know gossip sells. Like,
Oh
we
yeah.
all
Oh yeah.
drama sales, like that people live for, they want to eat it up. And I just feel like when you don't put a lot of this into perspective and you talking about life and what it really is and stuff, focusing on what you're doing and how you filling yourself up and really having it off screen, like, that's why, we get the bullshit that we see. But I do agree with you in the sense of you can control it, as far as how much of it comes across. But I feel like there is just a level of you can't control it, because it's like some shit you just can't help. You just log on there, and now
Block it.
with the
Block it.
algorithms, the
Block it.
ads, like
Block it.
you be blocking all day. Like,
Listen,
I
on
feel like
Twitter, get off the For You page, stay on the following side. You good.
I try to filter my content pretty well, but it's still, the bullshit still finding its way on there. And
Man,
I do a good job of ignoring it. I do feel like I do a good job of ignoring it and
I
scrolling
don't
past
even ignore. I block. Like,
it.
if I see somebody tweet, like my thing is this. Like, I'm heavy on Twitter. So if I see that you like some shit that's some bullshit, I'm blocking the person that you like the tweet, and I'm blocking you. Get the fuck out of here. Like, I don't want to see
Okay,
none of that shit.
I rock with it. Now I do have to tell myself a little bit, because we all about honesty on Toxic Tay. Sometimes I do troll. I'm not gonna lie. Like,
Oh
sometimes,
yeah.
when I was saying earlier, it's hard being an independent Black woman. Like, sometimes I'm not on the hate men train. I'm not that gal
I'm
like
finna
that.
say,
I don't
Jesus,
agree with
please help
no.
me.
I'm a nah, yeah, I need a man. I want one. But I tell you, I'm not what a man want or what he need at the same time. But
Gotcha.
I definitely be on that trolling sometimes. I do like the little jokes and stuff here and there. But for the most part, I do feel like there's just and you know why I can like it? Because I don't be looking for it. It just show up on the page. Like,
Gotcha. So you on that for you side
you
on
know.
Twitter. That's what you're saying. You on the for you side. For
Nah,
real, man.
okay, well, if we talk about it from the following, I guess that speaks to the audience that I follow. Like, the people I follow, I think I've done a good job of cleaning my social media up to only following the people and things that I truly do want to see and stuff on
Yeah.
there. Just because I do know how consuming and just how hard it is when you already trying to put your life in perspective and then you inviting all these other opinions and perspectives to the party and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
warranted or not. Like, I think I've done a good job of cleaning that up. And it's like the people I follow are pretty much my cool friends, or it's like, I might not personally know them, but again, I'm a Twitter OG. I've been
Yeah.
back
See, I've been on Twitter for like
for a little second,
I've been
and
on Twitter for like what 10 years. I think you said the other day. I was
you
like,
know,
yeah, I've been
I
here,
look,
my nigga.
I'm on my second account. Like,
Oh, I have two accounts. That's what I was gonna ask you. Do you have like then they call it like a Finsta? Like I have like an Instagram that's like Keiz Ali SC, where I'm following all types of random shit. And
yeah,
it's like, okay, I've been here for so long, all of my interests over the years are mixed into this. But
yeah,
now then I have a Finsta account, which I won't say, and it's probably like
that's the point.
30.
That's the point of it. That's
Yeah, you know what I mean? And I'm over here just like
random.
things that I love to see every day. And I spend more time on that when I'm on social media, on my little Finsta pages, on my Finsta Twitter, my Finsta Instagram. And I'm just looking through shit. I'm commenting. Nobody knows it's me. I'm just
Yeah,
having like a good little time. You know what I
like
mean?
troll. Are you a troll?
Oh no, I don't troll. It's just like it's certain things that I understand, like pieing for so long, I guess you would say. I will say something. I've said stuff on Twitter, on Instagram, comment on Instagram, and been called a troll. And it's like, nah, that's actually how I feel about this shit.
Nah, okay, respectable.
So
But I feel it. A little outlet. I feel it.
yeah, that's why you have that Finsta where you can say how you really feel, and you ain't got to worry about like the everyday people saying like, "Oh, you said like, yo, my nigga, you can't even see it now. Like, you don't even know what's going on over here."
Yeah. See, and I kind of feel like mine is a little reverse. Like that's what my toxic tape platform is for me, theoretically, like my Finsta. Because it's like this represents, the what I want to see out in the world, what I wish I were going across my screen and seeing more of. But then it's like my personal page, it's like the whole like
Nah,
every
because my
day,
nigga, you
like
gotta
my
flip it.
look,
Personal gotta be personal. Personal gotta be close to you.
and that's why I feel like my personal is close to me because, like you were saying, the things and people and interests I just accumulated over the years, the
Gotcha.
friendships, people I met, connected with, they just had connections to my actual personal social media page, which I'm not gonna hold. Like I kind of keep it a little under wraps. Like I got my Twitter now because I'm such a free thinker, a free spirit, and I share my opinions. Sometimes things I should keep up, like my personal Twitter. Like that's why I stay 100% me.
Yeah,
But like, sometimes I let the little bit of toxic take, like some things I'm working through, I let it come out a little bit.
because it's you. It's really you. You know what I mean? It is really you.
The platform there know me, so they like, oh yeah, like it doesn't take away from what they see with toxic take. Whereas like everything else is more centered around what I'm working towards and who I am currently and stuff. It doesn't have so much historical data with it, and I
Gotcha.
love that and stuff. And I think honestly, I feel like people presented social media more like that and stuff, when it comes to content creating, you put more out there, the good that you want to see. Like,
Yeah.
it probably wouldn't be people like me that say it's bullshit and stuff. Like, because I got my baby on a budget and I still talk about, looking good and feeling good, but I don't
Yeah.
talk about it from the perspective like you ain't got to go spend $100,000, $2,000 every weekend to look good and stuff.
No, God no.
You ain't gotta do all that, girl. Like this hair I got in right now, like this is a $10 little bun that I did myself.
Yeah,
Like
you fixed it up yourself.
you
That's
know,
that's why I said I agree with you when it comes to the social media piece of like you see something and you want to go strive. I think the saying is like being like the Joneses per se,
yeah, for
but
sure. Yeah,
you gotta understand like that's what makes that person on that's posting that happy. That's
yeah,
not what makes you happy. And
yeah,
once people are able to split that line down the middle, life is a whole lot better. Because I mean, everybody has that moment or that period of time in life where you just like, damn, like this motherfucker doing this. I want to do this.
yeah, for
And
sure. That's reality.
everybody had that moment. But the
Yeah,
thing is, step out of that moment and realize, like, okay, those shoes or that outfit or that trip made me that person happy. But if I go, like, we were talking about this, with my buddy, a couple days ago. A friend of ours went to Chicago
Yeah.
And they was like, yeah, they're going to Chicago for the Lil Wayne concert. And I was just like, yeah, I wouldn't go to Chicago. Like, I just don't see Chicago as my happy place. But when you go watch their Instagram, you're like, that shit look lit as fuck. Like, I
Yeah.
get it. I get you yeah, I want to do that too. But nah, once you are able to split that line between the two to say, no, that looks fun for them, double tap. But this is what's fun for me. And let me have fun for me in my life. And let me not break myself to do this when I can go do this, which is cheaper,
Amen.
or this, which is easier, and make my life still happy because it's my life.
Tell them, you better tell them, Keiz,
Oh
like they
yeah, you gotta split it up.
about it have to go within, and they're being very, introspective, the need for self-awareness and just knowing yourself, your values, knowing your why and stuff like that. That drives all of that, which helps you be able to make that separation of, okay, that's them, that's what's up, that's good for them, because you know I can't say all that and knock that. For some people, that's their reality. That's what they like. It's still some people aspire, to have those days, that you can't say, that's not their happiness and stuff. Why, my happiness may be filled in different ways, me
Hmm.
knowing me and just being able to now know myself well enough to where, you can respect differences without it having to be like, oh, your priorities wrong, or, oh, you don't love yourself and stuff, or you care about the wrong things. It's respecting that, this is me in my lane and what I agree with, and that's them in their lane and what they agree with. And,
Correct.
if we all respect it, we can kumbaya our whole hands and everybody can shine, because, it's enough food, it's enough, light out here for everybody to shine. Everybody can eat, and that don't mean they got to eat at your table, and that don't
Yeah,
mean they food
that
bad
is correct.
because it's a little different. You know what I'm saying? Or because they might got plastic and you got a wooden table. It don't matter. Like, it's still good. It's all still tasting great.
Yeah,
You know, this
it's
kind
up to
of
you.
yeah, for sure, for sure, for sure. So, you hit on the Southern Wrestling documentary, which I feel like it may be another point in time. We'll have to get more into that. You have to tell me more. This sounds so interesting. But, just as far as your platform that you have right now, how are you looking at trying to expand? Like with all that we're talking about, instead of truly finding yourself and your why, it's clear that, that's not just rooted in one thing. So, when you're looking at yourself, looking at growing your expansion with yourself, or how you want to keep the hustle, stay in the hustle and stuff, the hobby, keep it going. What is your vision for yourself in the
Um,
upcoming like years, year or two, 3-year plan for yourself?
Honestly, I know, but I don't know. I'm that type of person where I'm not gonna say I'm impulsive because I can take my time to get what I want to get. But like if I see something and I want to achieve it, I kind of just like that's the mission for the next 6 months. That's the mission for the year. A perfect example of that is last year, me and my buddy Nico from the Alien Smoke Show again. We put a song out called "92 Barcelona,"
Yeah.
and what happened was we were at the Upstate Music Awards last year, and we were there supporting an artist, Shyland Flowers. He was nominated for like Artist of the Year, and we worked with him that previous year. So that award was technically our awards too, because we worked with the guy the whole year. And we were sitting there, we was like, you know what, man, we want a fucking award. And I looked at him, I was like, yeah. I looked at him, I was like, yeah, I want a fucking award. And he looked back, and was like, let's get one. How we gonna get one? And
Yeah.
as we're watching the show, we're like, let's find a category that we can attack this year.
Yeah.
And we was like, okay, the category is best collaboration.
Yeah.
A week or two ago, we won best collaboration for 2022. So like that's was the goal. Like that we was like, hey, we're gonna do this.
Yeah.
So that's why it's kind of hard for me when it comes to content creation to be like in 5 years, I want to be here. Because
Yeah.
it's all about like I'll see something and I call my buddy Nico, I'll call Smoke, like Smoke, let's do this.
Let's get in the lab. Let's work. Let's
Let's
get.
let's figure it out. And that's what we're doing. So I can say in the next before the end of the year, I have a doc series that I worked on where I went and sat with a couple of producers
Mhm.
from here in South Carolina and just recorded their entire process. And 7 producers in all. So by the end of the year, I want to release all 7 of those in like a doc series form, maybe like weekly, bi-weekly, just to show people, this is the top, what I believe are some of the top producers in our state. This is their process. This is how to get in contact with them. This is their life. And
Mhm.
each one of those episodes, it's a different person, different personality. So I kind of create the content to match that person's like feeling per se. The beats are playing in the background the entire time. The graphics that pop up on the screen are more interactive to that particular person.
Yeah.
So every yet you that put it in a different light. So I want to put that doc series out. I have a name for it, but I don't want to say it yet. I don't know if I'm straight, but I want to put that doc series out by the end of the year.
Mhm.
The wrestling documentary of the year. And I know my buddy Nico wants to write a short film.
Mhm.
So I want to participate either in next year or the year after that. I want to participate in film festivals. With my documentary,
Yeah.
with my wrestling documentary, with my doc series. Like what I'm doing now, I went to a film again. I went to a film festival, and I was like, I want to do this
Mhm.
shit. So now that's where the documentaries came from. Like I want to
Okay.
submit.
Yeah.
I want to win that one. I want to win that particular film festival here in Greenville, the Reedy River Film Festival. I want to win that, and then I want to also submit different films for different festivals, independent festivals. And then with that, I'm going out. I'm networking. I'm seeing something else that may be a little bigger, that may be a little better, and then year after next, I'm gonna say I want to go do that, and I'm gonna go do it. So I
You're
mean,
dropping
I
a lot of gems. I'm taking notes over here. If you
oh,
ain't noticed,
got you.
you're saying a
Yeah,
lot of good stuff. Yeah.
but that's just the way when it comes to content creation, that's the
Mhm.
way I guess you say I live my content life. Like I never say like I want to do. I did at one point like I wanted to have this big ass podcast network, and I had like 6 or 7 podcasts that were like managed by me, and I would record them. I would record some, edit some, do the cutouts, like all that cool shit for it. But then
Yeah.
it was like I got burnt out, and I wanted to do other things. So I was trying to juggle my network and do other things, and I'm like, you know what? I don't want to do that anymore. So
Yeah.
that's when I stopped with the long term 5 year plans when it comes to content creation. And it's just like I woke up, I watch wrestling, I love wrestling, I want to do a wrestling doc, I want to submit that doc
That's
for a film
hard.
festival, and that's what my next year is going to be focused on.
That's tough. That's hard.
Yeah,
That's
that's how I do my goals or my like what how I want to expand. I want another award. I want a film award this time. You know.
Okay, sounds like by just going for more, finding the
Yeah,
abundance in life,
yeah, yeah.
right along the things it toxic take. Like I told you, the perfect guest. Like you said a lot of great and amazing things. And I thank you so much for coming on and joining us today for a Wind Down Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely enjoyed the conversation. I know
I
they're
do
gonna
too.
enjoy the conversation. So with all that you do, please, 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 please let the people know where they can find you, how they can keep up with you and all the great
Okay.
things that you're doing with your content and with yourself.
Well, right below my face here, it says at Keiz Ali SC. Um, literally, almost anywhere you can type that in, and I'm there. Big Cup Pro is my, I guess, my production company. That's what you can call it. I just needed a place to put all of my film content, so I named it Big Cup Pro, like
Yeah.
a Big Cup Pro. So look that up on Instagram and on YouTube. That's where all of my vlog work, all of my doc work will be at.
Mhm.
Ali and Smoke Show on YouTube. So if you're watching this on YouTube, you can go ahead and go to the Ali and Smoke Show. Enjoy that. Like I said, every Thursday night we're going live with Mr. Avery Brown, talking about Bel Air. We'll probably find a new show next season to go talk about. We have all of our content that we do, music videos. You can see it on Big Cup Pro or Ali and Smoke. Everything that we do, pretty much. Click the link is there. And if you made it this far, I appreciate it. And if you're in the upstate South Carolina area, I do want to say on April the 29th, I'm having an event. It's a soulful night in West Greenville. It's a fundraiser event. I woke up one day and said I wanted to do a fundraiser. So we're
Okay.
doing a fundraiser event for a charity called My Inspiration. My Inspiration, their whole focus is to help children with chronic illnesses. So
Mm.
children with cancer and things like that. And they basically make their life better. They help their parents with bill assistance. They help their parents with travel expenses if they have to take them to a specialist. If the children are hospital bound, they send them care packages, man, PlayStations, Game Boys, whatever the hot thing is right now for kids to
You
play
gotta put
games
me in
on.
with that. You gotta put me in with that on a
Yeah,
professional tip. You gotta put me in with
I'm
that. I need
telling you,
that from my
they're
patients.
an amazing, amazing charity. So we're having an event for them. Burrell Young is going to perform. Pope and Burt, Jarius Duncan. He was on what's the name of that show? The singing show, the American Idol. He was on American Idol. Yeah, so he's going to be there, man. And it said Incoit Art Gallery, which is in downtown Greenville, West Greenville. Tickets are just $15. I think we have 10 left.
Mhm.
So if you're watching this video, follow me, click my link in the bio, go directly over there, buy a ticket. Like I said, you're gonna have music. It's at an art gallery. It's gonna be dope. It's gonna be dope.
Give me a ticket, y'all.
Oh yeah,
It's
and it's gonna be short. It's not nothing that's gonna take up your whole night. We're getting everybody out of there by 10 o'clock, so you can still go out and turn up on that night if you want to go to another type of club. But we're really doing this to raise money for the charity. Nothing going in my pocket. The artists are performing for free. They typically charge. Thank you guys for doing that.
okay.
The guys are performing for free, and it's at Incoit Art Gallery, downtown Greenville. So if you got this far, thank you. Go buy a ticket. I would love to see you there. I'll be running around with like a chicken with his head cut off, making sure things go. But yeah, man, and thank you for the invite, man. Talks with Tay. Every time you pop up on, I got I got the bell clicked for you. So every
Oh,
time you pop something new,
that's love. That's love.
it pops up. I watch it. I enjoy it. And yeah, man. Hopefully you can come on our platform soon,
Of
or
course
I may follow you around and do a day with Talks with Tay and see how you live your life.
you
And we
can.
can put that out. I'm not gonna charge you. It's gonna say that on camera. I'm not gonna charge you. We're gonna have fun.
You gonna put that
And
right, y'all, because y'all know
I'm not
time.
gonna charge you.
So, you know,
We can do it, man.
girl, it's strictly at your girl budget right now.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm putting
I
point out of
understand.
myself, but we will work a little payment plan.
We can figure it out. But nah, we're gonna anything you want to do, man. I support what you do. I like what you do. It is different from what a lot of other female podcasters are doing. So claps to you, pat yourself on the back because I think you're doing an amazing work. Like I said, I subscribed to you beforehand. I subscribe to your buddy podcast as well.
Thank you, Brave Boozy. Y'all, we coming back with B&B on the break right now. Y'all, life be life. And
Life
you
be
know what I'm
life.
saying? Like, we coming back. We coming back braver and boozier next time around. So just be on the lookout. Not gonna get but back soon. Shout out, we love her very much.
Oh yeah, so definitely go subscribe to that. And thank you. Like I said, man, at the end of the day, thank you for the invite. And I hope somebody comes and watches us have a great conversation.
Of course, I believe they are. This is great. This was amazing. Definitely gave me a lot of content to push. As I was telling you earlier, definitely trying to get more consistent with put more content out. And I think this was amazing, beautiful conversation. And I appreciate you so much, for coming on, sharing your insight, how you're getting yourself up in the game, and just how you really turned the hobby to a hustle and have stuck with it and whatnot. Kudos to you. Like I told you, you're inspiring me. I was over here taking notes. Like, you know what? Let me add that to my pocket. And thank you so much too for your words of inspiration. Your girl really need to hear them.
No problem, no
So,
problem.
with that being said, thank you guys so much for tuning in today. I know y'all made it all the way to the end. I'm gonna drop all those socials, all those ads where you can find Keiz at in the description below. And this is Toxic Tay with your favorite homegirl, D. Taylor May. Shout out to the Keiz Ali for coming on with us today. And that's all for this One Down Wednesday.
Peace.
Bye, you guys.
All right. So then we will hit end recording.